Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today, joining with me on the block is Khalid. How are you doing today, Khalid?
Wow, I am good. I mean, expect the unexpected. It's been a day.
It's been a day.
And it's an amazing season, and I'm so excited to get into all the craziness of the week.
Me too, me too, me too. So thank you everybody for joining us here on the block for Reality Pop. And just, do us a favor and subscribe to Reality Pop because we're going to be your new hub for all things reality TV. So the main event today is Big Brother Canada. Big Brother is one of my favorite reality shows. Khalid, this is your first time on Reality Pop and the block. What is your background with Big Brother and especially Big Brother Canada?
Wow, okay, so reality TV, I was introduced to reality TV back in 2015. I was introduced by my cousin who was obsessed with Survivor and then in turn Big Brother. And so Big Brother Canada, I watched BBCan9, and that was my first season. And I was hooked. And then BBCan5, I fell in love with Aika and Dimitri and the craziness of BBCan. And I was like, wow, like I have to watch this amazing show. And I've been hooked ever since, and here I am.
Do you watch Big Brother US as well, or was it?
Yes.
Did you? Okay, you gotta watch it all. Okay, what was your first US?
BB was BB 17.
17, and you got hooked from there. I guess Devon.
Devon was the highlights of the season for me, even though it was short lived. And then Vanessa.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I started from the very, very beginning, so I have been. So BB in the chat here is just commenting on you. Is that DJ Khaled?
I'll take it.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Period. All we do is win.
I'm sure you get that all the time, though, right?
Sorry?
You get that all the time?
I do get that all the time. It's either DJ Khaled or like Khaled the singer. Khaled the singer.
I like that song. All I do is win, so that's who I think it is.
Period. Thank you, DJ Khaled.
Yes, so, what do you think about this season so far? So, you've been watching for the last 4 or so seasons of Big Brother Canada. How do you think it's going? What do you think about the twists? Give me all your tea up until now.
Wow. Okay, so this season of BBCan is crazy and unexpected and unpredictable, and I love it. Like, this is Big Brother. Like every single player is there to play. They're hungry. They want the win. And like, I've just been so shocked. Like there's no steamroll finally. Like, I'm so happy to finally have a season of Big Brother where we get to see everyone there for the game and not for like social media or for fame or for whatever it is, like clouds and all of that. And so it's just so refreshing, and having this, like the nice divide, and every week it's like a clean slate, and like people backstabbing each other and all of that. So like it's
all things good about Big Brother. Do you have a favorite player so far? And if we're still dividing it into kind of teams with like the all balls versus the thruples / the sunsetters, are you on one side or the other?
Oh my god, I mean, just like the season, I've been going like a pendulum. Like, I love Victoria. I love her craziness. She reminds me so much of like myself. Because when it comes to me and my friends, like we've played Big Brother, we've played like Survivor, and especially with Big Brother, like one of my friends went all out and created like a Big Brother game. And I played such a crazy game, and watching Victoria play, I was like, wow, like she reminds me, not to hype myself up, like Victoria is like, she's so great, so amazing, but it's just the craziness, the chaos of it all. And so I just love how even after all of that, like she still manages to slide by and like get herself out of the mess,
Absolutely.
And Austin, I kind of had like a soft spot for her. She's a Cancer, just like
I knew you were gonna say that. I was gonna say
that. And like I mean, I don't know, like I just felt a connection to Austin, and Tina reminds me of my English teacher from high school. So it's like all of these like little connections, and yeah.
No, me too. I'm definitely enjoying the season. I'm finding personally, because like I go from a strategy gamer perspective. And so like, I'm always thinking like 15 steps ahead. So I find that this season is not necessarily doing that. They're kind of playing in the moment, and they're playing a little bit emotionally in the moment, which is fine. Very messy. It's very entertaining. But like, I also really like seeing people that like are carving out their path to the end instead of just like reacting to what's happening each week. So I'm enjoying it, but like there's nobody that I'm seeing that's a really good gamer. I'm loving Victoria, but I'm also like not loving Victoria because she's not doing what's best for her game. You know what I mean?
I know.
Sometimes she's like is making some mistakes, in my opinion, that are entertaining, as I've said many times, but they're also not, you know, that strategic if she thinks long term. So, April Fool's Day episode Thursday. Is there going to be like pranks, Natalie? What does that mean? Do you think that they're going to like?
I've seen some tweets where like they were like, "What if it's a fake eviction? You know, like what if it's something big?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, maybe it's just the like Austin and Braden fans, you know, like hoping and holding on to anything and you know, making a prayer circle as they should. I mean."
I mean, anything can. I mean, expect the unexpected. What do you think about the hidden HOH, the secret HOH, as a twist?
I mean, I had mixed feelings. You know, like it's great, and it's causing so much drama. But I'm just so sad that like it's affected Austin this way. Like it was such a slimy way because then Rohan won the POV, and then he was so afraid of using it because he thought that the HOH.
Wait, next time don't say that. Because that's no spoilers till the end. Sorry guys if you got spoiled there. You watch the feeds. It's okay.
What did I say? No,
you said nothing.
Like, POV,
don't worry
like,
about
a few
it.
weeks ago.
No.
Wait, sorry, I'm mixed up because I have like one of these things pulled up. Sorry. That was with Kyle. That was with Kyle, 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
That was with Kyle, 100%. No, it's true. But yeah, sorry. I forgot what I was saying. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I mean, I'm a feed watcher as well, and so I find personally that like.
But the ceremony hasn't happened, right? So.
Wait, so far, like what's known to everybody is up until tonight's nominations and like obviously who's been revealed to be the secret HOH.
I haven't seen like the POV results, so like I literally mixed up the event. So ignore what I said. Scratch that.
Scratch it. Who knows what I said? Nothing. You heard nothing. You don't know what we're talking about. I don't even know what to do right now.
You go.
Anyways, so somebody trusted, somebody feared is going to be this new secret HOH. And so the competition, it brings us back. If they didn't complete it on Thursday, and they have different rocks that are flowing on a conveyor belt and dropping. So when you looked at this competition and they had a little clicker and they had to click how many rocks are dropping, how do you think you would have done in this competition?
Oh my God. I think I would have done okay because I'm very good with like observing and like reacting. And so I feel like I would have been okay. Like it's either make or break. Like I would have done so well or so bad because it all depends on the first click, I think. Like you have to keep your eyes, and if you get the first click and you like you're aware and everything, I feel like you're good. But if you get distracted even for 1 second, it's over.
I know, and then you're like, oh, should I do like you know, gotta catch up. Like you're just like, I don't know. Can I start again? Oh shit.
100%.
What I think I would be doing, I think I'd be clicking but counting at the same time to see if when I look back, if I see it, if it was the same number that's in my head, and then hopefully I'd be able to tell whether or not if I am under or over, depending on the count that I have going on in my head. That's how I think I would do it, but who knows if it would be effective. Maybe I'll sneeze. Maybe I'll look away
I feel like you would win, actually.
I mean, I don't know. I'd probably be good at something like that. It would be a winnable competition for sure for me to do.
I see it. You're very observant, 100%.
That's pretty true. That is pretty true. So we had some temptations. So the first temptation was if 3 people turned around and stopped looking at the rocks, they would get some sort of party for the house guests. So would you have turned around?
No. No way. No way.
I mean, I guess I could have probably judged to see how many clicks maybe, and just be
Yeah.
like, I do like 5 clicks and turn around for a second. Like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't stop clicking because I was turned around. You know what I
I
mean?
feel like I would just lose my focus, and I would be like, oh my god, did I do too much? Did I do too little? Like, I'm such an overthinker. There's no way.
No way.
For
No
a
way.
party? Come on
I
now.
mean, I think that they had too many people to turn around because they wanted 3 people to turn around. If they did 1 person to turn around,
Yeah.
that would win the party for everybody. I do think that somebody would have turned around. But the fact that
100%.
3 people had to all turn around, I just didn't think that 3 people felt safe enough to give that HOH to anybody, and they wouldn't even know who it was. So I thought that it would have been a great temptation if they weren't so greedy and want 3 people to turn around. Right?
Exactly. Big brother, you're asking way too much. Come on.
Yeah, I really do think that they were asking for too much. So there was another temptation. So basically, the person who was the furthest away from the actual number,
Yes.
they revealed to them that it was them, and they would either receive, if they wanted, a letter from home, or they could try to catch up and get back into like be a contender in the competition. Which one would you have chosen to do?
Oh my god, letter from home. Knowing my cancer like self, I mean, I think I would want like love from home and a letter. Again, depending on the dynamic of the game. Like, if I felt like I was in a kind of okay position, then maybe. But like, knowing this season, I probably, I hope I like would not go for the letter, because it's like it's game on. So when I'm in game mode, it's game on, you know, and there's no time for love. Like, I will celebrate with you when I get that win. Then I will celebrate, and that's when I'll get the love.
Too. Like, I mean, I haven't experienced Big Brother or Survivor in the same capacity. Obviously, it's going to be way heightened and way different.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine throwing like my game away or anything like that for a letter from home.
No way.
I mean, I know
my family would.
She's the safest in the house right now. So I get, and she's the furthest away. I don't think she could see anybody coming for her, even if they're the hidden head of household. So she is safe enough to take it. But like, I wouldn't take it. I would just like, sorry, Mom. Like, you'll get it. Like, I'm just trying to win some money for us, okay? Like,
period. That's the love right there. That's the love right there.
So I don't think I would be tempted by that. He would be like, "Oh, you're so cold." I'm like, "I'm just Aquarius, so whatever."
Period.
So I'm glad though Austin was saying that in the competition, like, I need to win this, because if you watch any of the live feeds, she always talks about the fact that like her and Brayden just wanted to lay low and they didn't want to necessarily win the next one. And I'm like, girl, you ain't that safe. Like, why are you just trying to like just sit back and let somebody else win? I don't want to look like a target. Like, look like a target and stay in the house. Don't, you know. So I'm glad that she actually like
tried and
stuck her heels in and wanted to win this. So I was proud of her for that. So what else happened here? Oh, there was a slot pass. It was another advantage that was given out, a little tip. And so basically whoever turned around for the longest would receive the slot pass. So Victoria turns around for literally 2 seconds, and Tara turns around for like half a second. Like it was like she didn't even fully put her body around it. So Victoria gets a green light in her little booth, and then basically she wins it. I was like, she didn't really have to do much to win that slot pass at all.
And I feel like that kind of reflects her game, kind of. Like, she does a lot, but at the same time, things just come to her. And I'm like, wow, like, good for you. You know, you do you. Coast through that game and get that win. But yeah.
What's really interesting, actually, I just put this together right now. So Tara and Victoria, they're both, if I'm not mistaken, they're both Virgos.
They're both Virgos, yes. And Jedson.
And Jedson. But the reason why I'm saying this is both of them turned around for the slot pass, right? And then both of them were in the tiebreaker. And I was like, that's really interesting that both the two female Virgos were able to be like kind of on the same page with everything. I was like, that's very, very interesting. So basically they were both one off. So Tara did go up 11 to make her be able to. She was at 377, I think it was, and so she's like her lucky number is 11, so she went up to 88. And Victoria was just at 388, if I'm correct here, and she stayed there. And the answer was freaking 389. Like that's really, really accurate. Like really accurate.
One away. Like I mean, kudos to them. I mean, like you said, that Virgo energy and like that, like a Virgo woman. I mean, come on now, like coming from a person with a Virgo mother and then being a Virgo rising. I mean, I really appreciate and love Virgo energy. So I mean, that was an amazing sight to see. So kudos to the both of them for doing
well, Virgo for me is the one sign that I don't understand the most about because it's my north node. So it's my north node in the 4th house. So it's very confusing. And it's like the one sign that I really just don't understand the most about because it's the most that's least like me. And so I believe this is Nicole in Facebook, but she doesn't know if there's any Pisces in the season. Just
Rohan.
Right?
Rohan, yeah.
Yeah, just Rohan. But Nicole, Pisces should make sense for you because you guys are on actually the same axis. So you guys are opposites of each other. So everything that you are not at times is what Virgo is and vice versa. So where Pisces are a little bit more flowy and might not make strong, stable decisions. Virgo opposite. They're very clear and
think everything through.
And they're not go with the flow and malleable, so to speak. So you guys are on the same axis line. So you should have an understanding of Virgo because it's the complete opposite to who you are. Oh, that's why I love him. You love him. Who loves Rohan? Do you love Rohan? What's your feeling? I mean, you are a water sign, so you might like Rohan.
I mean,
I'm not a big fan personally.
Coming into the season, I do like Rohan. Like he's representing me, you know, like it's nice to see someone like Rohan play because it's kind of like seeing someone who looks like me out there, you know, playing the game. And so from that sense, it's like I'm rooting for him. But in the game sense, not so much, you know?
100%.
Not so much.
Yeah, no, I really love like the amount of diversity that has been going on in this season. You know, there's usually just like one token Black girl. I don't even know if I've seen anybody. There's not very much diversity. We'll just say
100%.
maybe 1 or 2 Black people, and that's usually how far that they will go in. And they're usually kind of a stereotype or something that it doesn't really represent me at all. And so
exactly.
It's really nice to see. I still haven't seen me or someone like me on there yet, but I have seen more diversity, and especially this season. So I think that's where I firstly got upset with Victoria because I really didn't want her to target LaToya just because, you know, they're both Black women. I'm assuming, I could be wrong about Victoria, but I think she's part of, like, has some Black in her as part of her ethnicity.
I think she's mixed race. I think she's
mixed, but I think that she has. I know she's also adopted, so I'm not sure if she knows all of her full origin story. But like, I just wanted them to work together, and I know that LaToya would never have gone after Victoria. And so I just was like, come on, you never get to have 2 Black women in the house. Can you please just work together? Don't target her. She's not targeting you. And so that's one of the reasons why I was just so frustrated with Victoria. And it does seem, and even with some of the episodes today, that she wants to do these things for fame and for like the adoration of the fans. Because she's saying a lot of times, like, this is what the fans want, which is playing to the audience, but also, I don't know, just be really good at the game too. I want to see 100%. A good gamer.
I agree with everything you said. When LaToya left, it was hard because the fact that Victoria targeted LaToya, it was like, come on, like, out of everyone, like, why would you do that? Like, I think again it stems back to the 4, you know, that like alliance thing, and LaToya, Jetson, and Tishon like shooting down the 4-person alliance with Victoria, which, I mean, I don't know. I think if she really wanted to, like, she could have salvaged that like like she could have used her HOH and, you know, like actually made that group and made it a thing. And but she was just like, she canceled Latoya. She was like, no, like Latoya's going home.
Yeah, well, I think what started to sour her about Latoya was week
Mhm.
one, that she wasn't informed. Apparently, Latoya was pulling people into rooms to switch the vote from Josh to Julie.
Yeah.
And if you remember, Victoria was the only person that did not vote out Josh. Or
Yes.
vote out, sorry, Julie. And so
Julie.
Holly
Mhm.
felt a type of way about not being included there. And
Yeah.
she seems to want to have the intention and be involved with the two guys, with Jed
Yeah.
and Latoya had a really good hold on them. Now, with
Yes.
the scene where she was going to them and asking them to like be in an alliance, they never even really said no, but she kind of just threw it out there and then left the room. And then she was head of household before they were even able to come back and say like, yes, let's do this. And on top of it, they didn't know that the team twist was going to be over.
Very
And
true.
so if that team twist was over, they may
Mhm.
have said, absolutely, let's do this. But
Mhm.
if it isn't, and say Latoya wins, and she has to put up 2 to 3 people from the Destiny team,
Yeah.
she just didn't have enough people that she would not be able to put up. She couldn't put up Tina, she couldn't put up Ty, and she couldn't put up Beth. So all she would have been Victoria, what's her name? Austin,
Mhm.
Sarah, and whoever I'm forgetting there from
Was
the
it
other side.
Kyle? Or no?
Yeah, Kyle.
Kyle. Mhm.
So those are the 4 people that she would have had to choose from.
Yeah.
Who knows what would have happened? And so she just couldn't say 100% let's do this because of she didn't know what was going on, and she doesn't like lying. So I understood why there was hesitancy, because they just didn't know what was happening further along in the game.
Yeah, this pre-jury, I mean, like the ones we've lost so far, I mean, I think each one of them, they've had so much potential, especially like Latoya, and it hurt to see her go. And I feel like as the season goes along, it's gonna hurt to see them go. But like now that we've seen them more, I feel like people are starting to want people out. Whereas in the beginning, it was like, I like all of you, and like I just want them to stay. And now it's like, okay, you can go, you can go, you can go.
So Vivian says, yes, the diversity is amazing. You never see minorities with this much power in the game. Absolutely. I've never really played in a game where there wasn't 1 or 2 people of color, and you know, people don't think that it's a thing. It's not a thing, but it really is a thing. You end up getting, you get treated differently, even though people don't recognize that you're getting treated differently. And things happen because you look a certain way, that people don't even recognize that they're targeting you or they're acting a certain way towards you because of your color. And so I really appreciate the fact that at least that there is a little bit more diversity, so it doesn't feel to me as though anything has been targeted specifically because of race. It just seems like where people are in the game, except for when Victoria targeted Latoya. I didn't like that.
I mean, it's a big thing, and like I'm so happy because like I also play like online reality games, and like you said, like there's this feeling sometimes when you're parts of a cast where like you don't feel like there's so much diversity and you feel kind of like the odd one out. And I'm just so happy that, and like there was this one game where this came up, like
with the one when you voted me out.
No. Oh my goodness.
So spoiler alert, where I met Khalid was we were playing a sequestered mini together. It was astrological warfare, so that's definitely how we bonded after the fact, was through astrology and talking about our signs and stuff like that. And so I even have a clip that maybe I'll put in was when he was letting me know that Josh, who is a Pisces, just so you know, Nicole, he was coming for me. It wasn't known then that he was the one that started it, but I found out after that he was the one that put my name into the option for the one that was going to be voted out that round.
Yes.
And I didn't have enough time to get around to everybody to switch it. It would have been to AJ, but like I didn't have enough time to get that vote switch. But Khalid was the one that told me, he's like, they're saying your name!
Oh, that was such a bad round. I mean, yeah. It just spread like wildfire, and I was like, "Where's Chantel? Oh my God!"
I know, and I did, and then it was like, and I went and I found a room, and I was about to switch everything over, and then the round was over. Like, if I had maybe 2 more minutes, I think I could have stayed.
You would have saved yourself 100%.
I could have stayed 2 more rounds. I think I would have.
Yeah.
Maybe 2. But anyways, I just
not
wanted
2 more rounds. You would have won. Come on now. Me and you
I mean,
till the end.
yeah, but I know 2 rounds for sure.
Yeah.
But I probably could have gotten to the end if I made it past that round. Yeah.
100%. Period.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. What were you saying? You're like, I don't know. That's okay.
I mean, I forgot. My mind's going like a million miles an hour. What do you guys think?
So who do
you
you
guys
think is running the game at this point?
Oof. Wow. One person? Or, oh my God. I feel like right now, maybe Jedson and Ty and Tina. I feel like it depends on who wins the next HOH. Like that's gonna be a big factor into determining who actually runs the house. You know?
I don't think that. I think it's really fluid, this particular house. I think it's pretty clear cut as to what most people are going to do. I mean, it just seems like everybody's going to go against Beth, Jed, and Ty, right? Except for Victoria, who's kind of in there with them now. I think Victoria's also kind of in with the pre-90s, which is Ty, Tina, Tara, and Kiefer. And then the 3 guys, the thruple is going to be going against Rohan, Austin, Brayden.
Yes.
That's kind of just how it's set up. So running the house, I think, is power. I think power is what's running this house, and people are being very malleable as to what is going on in the house, who's in power. And they don't seem to know how to save themselves if the other side gets the power. Because I feel like there's been a lot of ways these people could have gotten out of the hot seat that they just haven't been doing. And I'm like, guys, man, play a little bit.
I think it's pride, kind of, you know, they're like, I don't know, like when I think if someone from the other side wins, I think their egos is hurt, like, oh my God, like how did we lose and stuff. And they dwell on that instead of like actually taking action and, you know, like trying to get the target off of them and onto someone else.
So a lot of speculating was happening. This is pretty much the only speculating really that was happening in the feeds. It wasn't, I mean, they showed all the different clips basically.
Yes.
I actually really liked that though. It would have been really fun, like the whodunit of it all. I wish that I wish that the person that got it wasn't so obvious and actually like quiet and didn't let anybody know that they were the secret HOH.
Yeah.
How do you think that Victoria played her secret HOH? And do you think it was a good idea for her to have told Kiefer?
Okay, I think it was messy as hell. I mean, Victoria just gets way ahead of herself. Like she's so passionate and she wears her heart on her sleeve sometimes. Not like you see how she's feeling. If she's happy, she's so giddy. She's so like, you know, happy. And like, I think that telling Kiefer built trust with Kiefer, but like, I don't know if that's what help her in the long run, you know? Because maybe Kiefer could weaponize that fact against her like next week. Or I don't know, because I mean, people still don't know, but Kiefer knows. So Kiefer kind of has an advantage in his pockets, you know? And so I think that I believe in Victoria. I think regardless of whatever mess she makes, she is gonna like get herself out of it. Putting that out there, and I hope Kiefer does it, you know, stab her in the back, because Kiefer really seems like he's locked in with her. And so I think that she's on the right track, and I think she's handling it well.
Yeah, she's the messiest Virgo I've ever seen in my entire life. They're usually so organized, like things out of place, OCD to like pretty much with like everything is here and this is like so and very analytical. Like he's just like everything she would be more of like a Pisces. So this is kind of where I'm saying where like the axis is. She seems more like a Pisces to me than a Virgo, just with how she's a little bit more fluid, we'll say.
Yeah, I think with her, like she's an organized mess. That's what I've been saying to my friends all game. I'm like, she's an organized mess. Like, just believe in her. She's messy, but she has it.
So Natalie says,
Ooh.
do you think that Victoria has a large target on her back after her third head of household win? Okay, do you want to go first or I'm going to go first?
You go first. You go first.
So I think that everybody knows they need to get rid of Victoria.
Yeah.
I think that they're kind of just using her as somebody that they can always put up.
Yes.
And Jed, Ty, and Beth, none of them have gotten head of household yet. And so all their targets might be gone. And then they're like, oh shoot, we're at the final 7 now. Okay, it's time to take a shot at Victoria. So I don't think that anybody is letting her fade into the background. I think that she does have a lot of people that are willing to take that shot. I do think that Jed, Ty, and Beth would take that shot. I do feel like Kiefer would take her to the end. I think that Tara and Tina are kind of wary about her, but like they'll take a shot yet. And after this week, I think that Brayden and Rohan might want to kind of target her. So what do you think?
Yeah. I think that I think Victoria is just the player that, you know, everyone just like knows that, okay, Victoria has to go eventually. And I hope that they just keep pushing it and being like, okay, no, like next week we'll take care of Victoria. And then she just wins out and like forms those connections and uses every second that she has to pave her way to the end and make it to the end, because I think that she's playing such a boss game that, like, come on, like if you're playing this hard, might as well win, you know, like make it
There's
far
no
and
way.
be a legend.
No way. I can't see it. It's too he's too flashy too early. You know what I mean? Like he would have needed to just like stay in the background and like be like subtle, which is not exciting, obviously. Better gameplay is not as exciting, 100%. But like, and then be comp beast at the second half of the game. Like you can't be like comp beast getting out all these people's friends and like making these big moves before jury. Come on.
Oh my god, they haven't even hit jury.
They haven't even hit jury, babe. Like they have like 10 weeks to go.
Oh my goodness.
So BB has a scenario here. So BB says, imagine the chaos if production never told the winner that they had head of household. That'd be kind of cool. So it's like everybody would make their nominations.
Yes.
And like, so some people would make the nominations and be like, okay, that could have been me, but like, I have to say that it's not me. And like, nobody would know for sure if it was them. And same with having to just like tell production who they would have as a head of household, but they would not necessarily know who it was.
That would have been sick, actually. BB, I mean, you should be on production. That was like, yeah, that actually would have been really, really interesting. Because they all have big mouths and like they just can't keep things to themselves. So this is the perfect way to like to prevent that from happening and, you know, word spreading. So yeah.
Canadian accent, what did I say? Canada's not even in Canada. Not even in Canada.
It's such a big topic of conversation. Like whenever I meet someone new, someone's like, oh my god, you sound Irish. Someone's like, oh my god, you sound Canadian. And like someone's like, you sound American. And then it's just a lot. And like it's interesting. Like I'm always excited to hear where you think I'm from or like what my accent sounds like. So it's interesting that we're talking about BB Canada and now I have a Canadian accent. So I'll take it.
Do you mind? Can you explain your accent or no?
Okay, so yeah, sure. I'm from Bahrain. It's a tiny island country. It's in the Middle East, next to Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Kuwait, all of that. And I basically grew up and I went to an international American school, and so I was taught in English and Arabic. So yeah, the rest is history. I mean, some of my friends went to a British school and they kind of have like a British kind of accent. It's not like as prominent, of course, but like it's there, you know, like it's in the mix. So yeah.
Well, so you know Jojo, right? Yeah, of course you do. So
Mhm.
he's from East Coast Canada. So we usually get him to speak like Tina sometimes. When he I can't really say it in the accent, but he sounds like with his O's and you know, let's go out and go to the car. And I don't know, I can't do it at all. But like we get Jojo to give us his accent sometimes too. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing yours, even since it's not Canadian. Have you been to Canada before?
No, but my mom studied there for 4 years. I think she like got her bachelor's degree. So maybe when she was in Canada, she picked up on something and it came to me
No,
in my
well, I
DNA.
think what it is that we in Canada is a British colony, and
Yes.
so we say a lot of our words and we spell a lot of our words like the Brits, and
Yes.
so I think that influence is what gives some of the Canadian sound. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then like with East Coast, it almost even sounds Irish to be fair. Like it sounds very Canadian, almost Irish. It's like a
Yeah.
Irish sound, I
I
would
mean, from like where I'm from, like we had the British like in Bahrain for a very long time,
say.
but then we kind of like worked with the British. So, like there's a ruler and then whatever, but like eventually they left us alone and yeah.
Well, so Nicole is saying I should try this. So
I'm
I'm
going.
going over to the car.
I'm stuck.
Oh yeah, oh
I'm
yeah,
going
yeah.
to
I'm
the
going into the
core.
car. I can't even
I
do it.
can't do it. Or maybe yeah.
BB, and I kind of agree with Khalid. Vic might be slightly more likable than Rachel Riley and win out when she needs to. It's so far away though. What they're at top, what 9? Like she still has
Yes.
at least 6 or 7 weeks to get through. I just don't see her not being the shiny target. Um, she is more likable than Rachel Riley. I didn't love Rachel Riley until she started winning at the end when everybody was
Mm-hmm.
targeting her, and then she was like, you know, public enemy number one, and she kept winning her way out of danger. So that was the only
Mm-hmm.
time when she became the underdog that I started liking Rachel Riley. And then after the fact, I'm more team Rachel Riley than say like Nicole Franzel. So, like, wait, do you like Nicole Franzel? She's a Cancer.
No, 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 no. No. I mean, like my cousin watched BB16 and loved Nicole, and then we watched BB18 together, and he lost all of that love for her, and he was like, "What
Oh,
the hell happened to you?"
it's true.
I
But
mean, I
what probably happened to her was getting sponsors and stuff like that, and she started like
it
buying
got
into
to her
her
head.
image and own
Yeah.
brand a little bit.
I think she just got married too to Victor
I
at
mean,
the
congrats, and I think they have a baby on the way too. So
yes.
a
I mean,
little Franzel.
congrats to them. I'm wishing them positive vibes and stuff. But yeah, they're such a controversial couple. I mean,
Controversial.
BB,
Ooh, did something
yeah.
happen?
No, I mean like BB Twitter just like has really strong opinions on the couple. Like they think Nicole like kind of took away Victor's like personality, you know?
No, I mean
So
Victor like used to be so hot, and then like all of a sudden he's like a 5 now. Like used to be like an 8.5, and now he's down to a 5.
oh, poor
It's like,
Victor.
what'd you do to Victor? It's so cute. No one likes Nicole F. I mean, there's some people that do. She did at one point have a lot of sponsorship, so
Hmm.
she was a fan favorite to
She
some
went like
people.
boom boom, like lost
Yeah,
everything.
not a fan, not a fan. So Tara
Hmm.
and Victoria and
Yes.
Tina were all talking about like who could possibly be the head of household. Who could it be? Who could it be? Who could it be?
Hmm.
And so Victoria's doing her lying thing, and she looks so obvious. I don't know if they're just like, it's not me. I have no idea who it is. And you're like, it's you. Obviously, it's you. But so she's in there with Tina and Tara. And Tina's like, oh my God, I was so close. I thought I was going to have it. I was one away. I was in that tiebreaker.
Yes.
And Victoria's like, oh no. And then Tina was like, oh, I won the letter. I forget how that all transpired or whatever. And Victoria was like, oh, I thought that Tara was going to be the one that got the letter.
Yeah.
So do you think that Victoria should have spilled the beans to them to get some trust in them a little bit? Or how did you think she played that little scenario?
I feel like the fact that she told Kiefer, and I feel like with the whole pre 90s alliance, she told if she told TNT, then I feel like they would have like trusted her more as a group and been like, okay, like Victoria's with us, she's riding with us, like we're the only ones that know. So I mean, given the way she was acting, like she's not such a good actor, so maybe might as well, just tell them and build that trust.
Yeah, build the trust, build the trust.
Yeah.
The only thing, though, personally, I don't think that Tara would be the best person to tell because Tara just doesn't seem
Oh my God.
great with
Yes.
keeping it quiet. So I don't know if
No.
Tara would be great. I don't think Tara's a really great ally, even though they're both
No.
Virgo sisters, I don't know if I would want to be aligned with Tara personally.
I mean, I would love her, like, personally. Like, I mean, she's funny. She's Tara's a lot, and I've seen some things on Twitter, and like, I'm not sure of like the way. I don't know. Like Tara apparently says a lot of things, especially about like Jed and Ty, and so like I haven't seen things personally because I haven't been watching the feeds like lately. But like from what I've seen in the beginning of the season, I feel like Tara is very like she's that like crazy mom, kind of like energy. So I would love to like hang around her maybe for the beginning at least, and then once I realized that like she's talking and doing too much, I would distance myself and be like, no, I can't work with someone like you. I'm
I
sorry.
know. I mean, I feel like I would have had to hang out with her because I would be part of the pre-90s alliance. And so I'm like, oh my God, is this? I mean, I guess I'd be buddy buddy with Tara. No, wait, sorry, with Tina,
Tina,
because
yes. Me too.
I'm Aquarius and Tina is Leo.
Leo, yes.
So we would probably vibe that well. And one thing I've been saying in every single recap is that I think what the house is missing is having an air sign in there just to help steer the strategy stuff. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think that's it.
and then help with some of the fire signs not being seen as just attention seekers. So
Yes.
I feel as though Tina is not able to express herself well because she doesn't have an air counterpart to bounce things off of.
Yes.
Same with Kiefer. He's a Sagittarius. He doesn't have an air sign to like allow him to have some crazy wild ideas to go with. And
Yes.
with Beth, people are not vibing with Beth. And I think it's because she's a Leo. Like, water and air and earth do not like fire. They don't really get along. And so
Exactly.
I feel as though they should have a balanced astrological season.
100%.
That would be so cool if it was like 4 of each element or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
imagine like an astrological warfare Big Brother Canada season.
Tell me about it.
That would be crazy. Someone needs to pitch that idea. Like,
I really wish for the one that we played, I really wish that there wasn't people playing as their moon signs because
that was me.
I know. But you're playing as an Aries, so it was better for you than with me, anyways. But like, I do wish that we could actually see how people were able to maneuver in the game. You know what I mean? Like, I just wish it was, if we didn't have that as a twist in there. I think there's tons of twists that we could have done that didn't need to be that one, It's okay to, I'm not hate Pisces, Nicole. My midheaven is in Pisces, so how I shine in this world is through Piscean things. So intuition, dreamy creativity, psychic abilities is how I best shine in this world. So I do understand Pisces in a sense. Also, it's my south node as well as in Pisces. So my past life, I was most likely a Pisces. So I do get Pisces, just not sun sign Pisces.
I love sun sign Pisces. Because one of my closest friends and my sister-in-law, they're both Pisces, and they're the nicest people. They're the most like imaginative, most creative like people. So I mean, it depends on the Pisces people that you come across, and I feel like it's the same with every sign. Like there's good and there's bad. Like I don't like it when people say, oh, like I just don't like cancers, or I just don't like whatever in this group. Like everyone into just one group, because there's good and bad. So
Of course. I like and dislike from all signs. I have a couple of really good friends that are Virgos, even though I'm just like Virgos. Ah! They know how I feel, and they're like, "Oh my god, I made it! I crossed the threshold." So Victor was a stud muffin, and now he's just a railroad stud. It's true. It's true. He got the haircut and the uniform and like.
Yikes. Yeah, I mean, it's not a good look. No, it's not a good look.
So okay, so BB says Taryn. So do you watch Rob as a podcast?
Yes. Yes.
So Taryn as a podcast. It's true. He does despise. Like Taryn is usually quite even keel about people. He doesn't usually feel one way or another about certain house guests. But, okay, so he said that there's a lot of problematic things on the feeds about Ty, like he's dirty and scares her and stuff like that. Yes. So obviously I'd listen every morning to his morning updates, and I do watch the feeds when I can, and it's things like, oh, like you're so messy, I'd hate to see what your house looks like, and like, oh, like he makes me uncomfortable or he scares me and stuff like that for no apparent reason. Like, I think he's such a handsome man, and that smile, there's no way that he would be a mean guy.
He's charming. Ty is very charming, very likable. I mean,
I just to me, when I look at him, there's nothing about him that says intimidating.
No.
So that's what makes me and I guess Taryn as well feel as though it is a microaggression here.
100%.
Like, oh, like why do you think that he would? Why does he scare you? You don't know him. He hasn't done anything that should scare you. He wasn't hiding behind the couch in the bathroom and popped up and pranked you, like, you know.
And I think the thing that like confuses me is that I think at the beginning of the season there was this one time when I was watching feeds and I think she was telling Tina like, oh, I'm like really liking like Ty and Jed, and like let's join forces with like the two duos and stuff, like let's work together. I think she said that, and then I'm just wondering like what changed, you know, like what shifted and made her feel the way that she's feeling and say the things that, like, if she did say those things, which apparently like she did, then I mean there's no justification, and I hope that she takes accountability after the season and really, you know, speaks on it and doesn't make excuses and says like, no, oh my god, like he scared me because like he's a comp beast, and I think, you know, like just don't make excuses and like address the fact that your words were problematic, you know, and just don't make excuses.
But I don't think that she recognizes that she's saying
anything.
She's probably
unconscious.
Yes, you are your name now. You're not a Facebook user anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
I'm loving this. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, no, I mean, I don't think that she even recognizes that she's saying any of these microaggressions. It's really hard to see when you're in it, and when you don't have like somebody else from the outside pointing out or calling you on these things. I don't think she would be saying something like that though in front of a LaToya or in front of even Jed, or, you know, so she is picking and choosing her audience, right?
She has a hoodie where like I think it says like on the back like no racism, no bigotry, no sexism, no homophobia, and all of that. And then someone like took a screenshot and posted on Twitter and was like, oh, I think I like Tara, like Tara. So I think I'm hoping that like she means it, and like she, you know, like she's not wearing it just to appear some kind of way.
She thinks that she's saying anything.
That's the thing.
Or microaggressions. I don't think she believes that. I think she does feel as though she's being kind and considerate to everybody, and I don't think that she's even aware at all of the fact that she isn't as woke as her sweatshirt might say. Her sweatshirt, her words say more than her sweatshirt does.
100%. 100%.
So, Vic, as the head of household, she gets to have her Wendy's moment. Everybody seemed to be outside. Did they keep everybody outside? Like, how did she get to go get her Wendy's from the Wendy's counter, have a little moment with her best friend to the screen, and take her Wendy's to the dining room and eat it there? Like, would you want to eat your Wendy's by yourself, just like the dining room?
I mean, oh my god, I'm getting hungry like right now. It's 4:20 a.m. in London, and so like late night cravings. I mean, I would take Wendy's anytime, any day, any place. So yeah, sorry, I just went on a Wendy's.
That's okay. I mean, like Wendy's, if you want to sponsor this channel, you're
Oh
more
my
than
god, yes. Hey
more,
Wendy's.
more than welcome to support you, Wendy's. One thing that I loved was how so when Victoria was subtly telling Kiefer that she's the HOH. When they went back and forth, and she's like, she tells him, and they hug. Like, oh, the real spies, and that's our alliance. It's final two. Woohoo! Let's do it. Hug, hug, hug. And then she's like, I'm just kidding. I just want to hug. And then she's like, just kidding. I'm an HOH. And then he's like, yeah. And then he's like,
I mean, with Kiefer, oh my god. Okay, so Kiefer being a Sagittarius. Sorry, I'm talking so much about zodiac signs, but me and Chantel, like, we have that zodiac sign connection. So if there are any Sagittarius people out there, Sagittarius energy, I just love. It's so fun. It's so vibrant. It's so like, and very loyal. And so my best friend is a Sagittarius, and like I love him to bits. And I think that trust is a big thing. So again, going back to Victoria telling Kiefer, I think that's gonna help her. I don't think he's gonna use it against her because again, loyalty, that Sagittarius king, energy. I don't think that Kiefer is a bad guy because he's all heart. He's.
I really like, as much as Victoria's bothered me a little bit, I like her having a final two with Kiefer.
Yes.
So I
yes.
know that she's kind of all over the place, and she might be saying yes, I'm in a final two with you, Kiefer, but then just something completely different next week. So it's just really reliable in the sense that somebody that will have your back the whole way through. Like she might just. But if this is true, I would like to see them get to the end together because that would be a really unlikely duo. Two very different types of people than we've ever seen sitting in two final two seats. I would definitely ship that final two duo. So
same here.
I would
inspiring.
Be definitely down. That would be so inspiring. So inspiring. So Ro, Ty, and Beth are all people are Ro is suspecting that Ty, Beth, or Jed are the head of household, and everybody's like, oh no, it's Ty, and it's kind of going back and forth.
That's the thing. Oh,
I would love it though. If I was in the house, I'd be like just hanging out with him and be like, okay, no, I swear she blinked twice, like she's 100% the HOH. Like finding out so silly little things like when I asked her, she sneezed. HOH for sure.
I'm telling you, like in that house, the smallest thing you take and you just go with it, and that's the scary thing. It's like sometimes you could say something with no intention of saying something bad, but then perspective is everything in that house and in these games. It's like the way people perceive you and your alliances and your position in the game, and so it's very tricky. Big Brother is really hard, and so I have so much respect for everyone that plays Big Brother, that has, played Big Brother, whether it's online or like the actual BBCan or Big Brother US. It's a ringer, It's
for
something.
Sure. Now I have to say though that Ty, he knows how handsome. He has to know how handsome. Because when he is cuddling up next to Victoria, and he's just like laying on her, and I'm like, you are just trying to make it seem like you guys are so comfortable that there's no way you would put me up on the block. It was smooth. Because I don't find him to be very strategic. I would say that Jed's a little bit more strategic than Ty is.
Jed's the Virgo, I mean.
Well, Ty's Capricorn. So Capricorn is another, strong sign. Maybe not as strategic, but definitely works hard and loyal.
Works hard and wants success. And so I think he's like, he wants to win, but I think Jed is kind of like, okay, we should do this, we should do that. Like that's how it's happening. And oh my god, Beth just needs to go. I'm sorry. Like Beth.
What's wrong with Beth? Let's hear it.
Let's talk Beth. Okay, so Beth, I mean, the only thing making me like not so opposed to Beth is that she's like with them. She's an ally to them. and again, this is nothing personal. It's just game. You know, like I'm not a fan of Beth's game. Not the throuple. I mean, you like I think that's a really, I mean, it's kind of commendable, like to have two people, you know, kind of wrapped around your finger and, you know, like wanting to keep you in the game. That's huge. And knowing that you are like with both of them. And so I think that's amazing, because I've seen some sexist things on Twitter towards Beth, and I'm just like, don't take it that far, you know. But I mean, Beth, I think for now I'm just not a fan of in terms of the game. But we'll see how the rest of the season plays out, and if that like Leo energy comes out, and if she makes some boss moves. I mean, you know, I like wouldn't mind seeing her go far. What are your thoughts on that?
So whenever I think about signs, I know it's the sign. Mondays, it's the sign. You know, we're in the full moon in Libra right now.
There's so much going on.
All about the elements and
yes.
But if you look at though how fire interacts with other elements in the world, fire and water. So fire either makes water boil or water puts out fire. So that doesn't really work that well together unless you get the water at like a medium and like a soft boil. But like that's a lot harder to be able to control.
Unless it's like lava, which is, you know, like lava.
Would be, I would say maybe earth with fire. That's not great.
Yeah, that's
right. Or like if you want to put out a fire, you put a bunch of dirt on it, or you put water on it. Like if you want to put out the fire, so they just don't work really well. She needs air to come and help her. You know what I mean? And not seem as out of place. And so Libra, I don't mind that. I've been trying to figure out why people dislike her so much, especially on the. I don't. She doesn't really bother me, but I don't know if this is because I get along with Leos.
I mean, yeah, with me, Leo is like a hit or miss. Like there's no in between. It's either like I love you or I hate you. And with Tina being Leo, and like I said, she reminds me of my English teacher from South Africa, and she's also a Leo, very like queen energy, you know, and all of that. So, and she looks like her, and so I don't know. It's just
There obviously, there's going to be different expressions of each of these signs, of course, and there's all your other astrological makeup in your natal chart, absolutely. But I don't mind Beth. I know, but a lot of people just want Beth gone, and she doesn't bother me. I want a Beth HOH. That's what I want. I want a Beth HOH because
that would blow up the game.
I think right now, who would she put up? She'd put up Tara probably.
Tara and
maybe oh no, I don't think she
like Austin, Braden, or Rohan.
Well, I don't know about Austin, but
no, there is hope for my queen.
So this funny episode, but Victoria actually was considering putting up herself
I saw that.
Not look as though she was the head of household. What do you think about that? And what do you think about her putting herself as a have-nots? Because I think it was right now, basically Kiefer reads out the have-nots, and it's going to be Braden, Austin, Victoria, and Kiefer. So what do you think about that?
Oh my God. I mean, picking yourself as the have-nots, I mean, I think people are eventually gonna think like, okay, the HOH is probably gonna try to throw off, like, is gonna try to throw off the others by doing that. And so I feel like that's a rookie mistake. Like, don't do that. Just like blend in the middle. Like, don't put yourself like, don't say that you're the HOH, and don't put yourself as the have-nots, you know, because that's two extremes. And she should just like have a balance. And I feel like Victoria's kind of like losing her sense of balance and putting herself up on the block. I mean, oh my God. I feel like once you're on the block, people would like, it would be easier to put you back up on that block and be like, I mean, you know, like it's planted in people's heads that like, okay, this person was on the block. So no, like don't put yourself up on the block.
No.
Don't do it.
No. I mean, I get where she would be like, oh my God, who could it be? But I don't think that it's worth it in the end.
No.
For the 1 week where you could still like have something happen and still get no blood on your hands and people won't know who it is. So yeah,
Yeah.
I do think that was a good idea, and I thought that
No.
shows just her lack of forward thinking, because it just wasn't worth it. It wasn't going to be worth it. So don't do that.
Don't do it.
I don't even know if they would let you do that. Like, would they?
Would they?
I don't know.
I mean, I think that no, because like a head of household, I mean, they're the head of household, so they're
Not
exempt from,
ineligible.
so they're not, so no, I don't think she should, because imagine her going home on her own HOH. That would be
Don't kill me.
that would be too insane.
I mean, it would make good TV.
100%. You want some good TV? Like, oh my god.
Is that what you want? Good TV.
That's the thing with BBCan. BBCan is good TV. You know, like there's game, there's entertainment, there's so much going on, and I think so much of that is goes back to Arissa. Arissa is such an amazing host, and now she's a producer, and like she's playing a huge role in like what goes down behind the scenes, and like the way she conducts herself, you know, with the interviews and her energy, and on Twitter, like she's just amazing. And I think BBCan is lucky to have Arissa Cox on their team.
Yay, Arissa! I'm gonna take credit for knowing her because I went to middle school and high school with her. So
Did you?
I did. Since I was 9 years old, I've known Miss Arissa Cox. She's a year older than me. I was a dance major and she was an art major. And
wow.
So, like, it's like kind of like our moms know each other because we're like, go watch us in the choir together. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Yes. Okay. So
go ahead.
Let me try to match you. I also knew her when I was 9, but not the same way. I watched Camp Rock, and Miss Arissa Cox was in Camp Rock.
Okay, I wasn't in that movie, but
yeah.
Yes, she was. I think I know other people that are in that movie. Maybe my friend Chris Jacko, maybe.
Really?
But yeah, no, because we went to an all art school, so there's quite a few people that are still in film and television and stuff that we went to school with. So very possible that I remember Camp Rock a little bit. I can almost remember her like with like her long curly hair at the time.
Yes.
Like if I go to my mom's the next time, I'm gonna find out all our yearbooks because we had yearbooks starting from grade 4, and I know there's a picture that I can remember of her, and there's like a poem. We had poems that we wrote in our yearbook, and I think that they were beside each other. So I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna see if I can bring it out. And
that would be so interesting. Oh my god, 2 like strong. Wow, that's insane.
And Arissa's is a Sagittarius. Just putting it out.
Is she?
Yes.
Explains why I love her so much. I just
exactly. So Beth using her womanly wiles, like past players, like a Holly Allen, a Kat, Annalise, Haley, Raven, Elena, the list goes on and on. LOL. So some people have been comparing her a little bit also to Parvati.
Yes, I've seen that.
Do you agree with this? I don't know if she's that aware. I know she's saying like, oh, I've got these guys around my finger, but
no.
I don't think that she's that like
savvy or
like. I do feel as though she's allowing herself to have these relationships with these men for game. I do believe that is her original intention, but I do also think that she's roped into some sort of relationship with them, and don't know if she's playing a good game. And like all their interactions is game. But I do think that her original intention of getting close to them may have been for game. Personally,
may have been game. Yeah, and I think with the players listed, I think like the difference is with the execution. You know, like maybe all of these women might have, you know, tried to implement you know, like using like flirting and stuff to their advantage, but the execution with some of those names, I mean, not so good.
Kevin Martin, what do you mean, Nicole? Hold on. So
I saw something with Juilliard.
White House Mediocre American.
Especially to White House Mediocre.
Elena never used her sexuality. No, but they kind of got into showmances. So, I wouldn't say that they were like, hey, boys, come over here. But they did get involved with a man in this case. And they were kind of in a duo. And like Elena and Mark dated for a long time after. And they were even on X on the Beach together. So
oh my God.
Their relationship that they developed in the game, I don't know if it was specifically for game, but was developed in the game. And Raven and Matt stayed together for quite a while. So
I think there's Still together?
I think
No.
I recently heard they broke up within the last 2 months. I think they broke up.
I mean, oh my God. I mean, Raven, I don't want to say much, but I just hope that Matt finds like a cereal that he loves so much
Oh my
and
God.
gets to live happily ever after with that cereal box. Because
You have a favorite cereal?
oh, favorite. Oh my God, Oreos and Cookie Crisps. What?
I've
No.
never even heard of these.
Oh my God, they're so good. Like they're like Oreo cereals and Cookie Crisps, which are like mini cookies, and then just Cocoa Pops.
I've never eaten any of those cereals, I don't think, before. Maybe.
What is yours?
Do you know what
Lucky
reminds me
Charms?
though? What cereal I used to have when I was in England?
Which
So
one?
I was from London, and they
Mm-hmm.
always bring me, like, if they came to visit us here, or if I was over there,
Yeah.
Ready Breck.
Which one?
Ready Breck. It was a hot
Ready
cereal.
Brat.
Ready
Oh my
Breck.
God, I am going to Tesco's or like any
I
store
don't remember
tomorrow.
what it tastes like anymore, but it's like a hot cereal, like a porridge type thing.
Oh, Ready
And it's
Brat.
spelled like BREK, like Ready Breck.
BREK.
EK.
Oh, this one.
Yes. Ready Breck is something that reminds me of, like, that's a cereal that I used to have when I was a kid,
I'm
and
having that for
I used to
breakfast.
drink always Ribena.
Ribena?
You never had Ribena? It's a blackcurrant liquor, like syrup. It's a lit.
Ribena? No. Oh my God,
Whoa,
wait.
Bean, how do you know this? Matt and Raven had a lot of sex on the feed.
Stop. Not that. Not that.
I mean, I hated that season, so I didn't watch the feeds. I might have listened to updates.
This
Yes,
one.
well, it's not. It wasn't that bottle before. It was to be a glass
Oh.
bottle, but
Is
yes,
this?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. I am getting those two things tomorrow and I'm sending you pictures.
They did more normal in person. Oh wait, Nicole, you did. She made her do a cameo. I'm gonna send that to you after Khalid.
No way.
It was really funny.
Oh my God.
Maybe I did forget.
You guys
Honestly,
forgot?
that was my least favorite season of Big Brother in the
I
last.
think I deleted like that
So
whole
I might
season
have
from my memory.
blocked it all out because I really hated season 19. Like I really, really didn't like it. And then now Josh is on the challenge, and I can't stand Josh. And so I'm just like trying to block everything Josh out of my mind.
You know what? Like with Josh, I like went into BB19 like rooting for Josh like preseason and then like at the beginning. And then oh my God, Josh is so messy. And again, I think I like messy players, but there's just so much going on with Josh that like I see where you're coming from. But I think he's a big softie and like he has a good heart, but like some things he's done, I'm like, Josh, like, you know. So yeah. the pots and pans.
No. Yeah, I did not miss. Like I just wanted Paul to lose. I didn't want Josh to win. Like I wanted Paul to lose.
Yes.
And so anything to get that to happen, and it just so happened to be Josh would. Like I would have taken a Christmas win, right?
No, not that.
Yeah.
Not
like
that.
if it was Christmas and Paul, I would have wanted Christmas to win.
Are you serious?
That's how much I didn't want Paul to win.
Oh, over Paul. I mean,
you know it.
Christmas is no. No way.
Wait, so Nicole, if she was normal before, like when did it change? When did she change? What happened?
Wait, so we're talking about Raven, right?
Raven, yeah.
Voting
against someone.
Very
exactly.
true. Very true.
For that, I didn't vote for Josh. I voted against Paul for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was rooting against Paul.
Yeah.
So after the whole have-not situation, and then see Kiefer and Victoria, they're talking in the bedroom, and Kiefer's smart.
He's very smart.
He has recognized that Victoria loves being the center of attention and loves the idea of Canada really wanting her to make big moves, and she does want to have that attention. So he keeps on being like, this is the best move in history. You are going down in Big Brother Canada history. And he's just like,
he's gassing her up. Gassing her up. Going back to astrology, Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter, which is a huge ball of gas. he knows how to gas them up. So
that's true. Actually, they're the good luck. They're expansive. Like that makes a lot of sense, actually, to help expand, inflate her ego.
Her ego, yeah. pumping, and until she like
so
eventually.
Smart, though. It really is smart that he's recognized that, because like she's just like, oh, just tell me more, Keeper. She loves it.
Oh my goodness.
So now he says Terry said the fees were down today because Terry sent some comments towards Ty, his mom, as running his Twitter account. Oh no, more comments?
Wait,
Tara,
so
stop
Tara,
it.
Tara,
Ty is a sweet, beautiful boy. Like, leave him alone.
Wait, so Tara being a mother, telling something to, like, saying something to Ty about his mother?
No, I think that Ty's mom must have commented about something that
like something that she's not happy about.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check that. Wait, Natalie, if you could find the tweet that his mom said in the next like 10 minutes, like I would love to hear what she says, but I'm gonna go look for it after as well.
Yeah,
but that's
really that's horrible. I mean,
really unfortunate. That's like, and she's one of the oldest people in the house, and she hasn't learned what is right to say and what is not right to say. Anyways,
I know that my mother would, like, if any, like if I was playing Big Brother and someone said some things or was acting a certain way, she would be vocal too. She'd, you know.
Yes, I do think he was just pumping her up, just inflating that ego. That ego. Yes, Queen Natalie, bring us some more tea, please.
Period.
So not much else happened in this episode. Brayden and Austin don't actually think that it's Beth. Jed, Ty, and Beth joined Brayden and Austin in the ball pit. They're kind of all figuring out, like, oh my God, what should we do?
Yeah.
Beth is saying that she thinks that they've been framed. And then see that they took the short list out of Big Brother. So they had for at least last year and maybe the year before, like making the short list of the people that you might be putting up on the block when you pretty much know the 2 people they're going to end up putting up. Yeah. And so the short list was those 5 people that was in the ball pit. So it was Jed, Ty, Beth, Brayden, and Austin were the people that Victoria was talking to the TV screens about and trying to decide what's going to be best for her game moving forward.
Yeah.
And so they've been using that Hollow Man effect, and they have everybody in the living room. Have you seen the movie Hollow Man with what's his name?
No.
I forget his name right now. He's also Footloose.
Let me. Oh my God. 444. Sorry. Again, nothing to do with.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm gonna get you to sleep. I forgot that you're in England.
No. It's all about, like, because it's an angel number, It's like
I know. Number's good.
Like money and stuff, or like.
It means that you're in alignment. I would say it's an opportunity to connect with your higher self, your angels, make a wish if you want. Yeah, you're in flow. So
make a wish. I want Tina or Victoria or Jedson to win the season. How about that?
Ooh. I don't think I know who I want to win yet. Jedson is the last person that I have on my my draft team, so I'll take Jed win just so I can still win the draft. Because I had Latoya and I had Josh on my team because I was like going for the compliment, and I was going for the Aries because I like Aries.
Yes.
That didn't.
I have Tina and Tara.
Oh,
I have TNT. So I mean, yeah.
Tina is better than Tina to have on your team, as we're kind of learning right now. Yeah. Okay, this is Kevin Bacon. Yes. So Kevin Bacon was in Hollow Man, and Hollow Man, he was like, I believe that he was just like this. He was invisible, and so like you'd see like the footprints walking, and like like a hologram wiggle in time. Yes.
Kevin Bacon.
You
oh my God.
Notice though how it wiggled time and space to show like an image, an invisible image.
Yeah.
Anyways, unless you've seen that movie, you don't get my reference really. But basically, they use the same technology to make the hologram graph thing.
Yeah.
whatever, guys. You don't get what I'm saying. It's fine. They use all
There's
their
someone
budget
out there. There's
here
someone out
for
there.
this moment, and they have the invisible nominees on the screen. And in the end, it is Brayden and Austin who are nominated this week by Victoria, the invisible head of household.
Yeah.
How
It
do you feel about
sucks.
these nominations? I didn't find them to be shocking, but what do you think about them? Oh, you don't like them, I guess.
No, I don't like the nominations, but I love Brayden and Austin. I think they have such a genuine friendship. Like out of everyone in the house, I think like when the game is over and the dust is settled, I think they are genuinely gonna be friends for life. And like again, Austin, I have a soft spot for her, my Cancer queen, and Brayden is such a, oh my god, Brayden's a Taurus, and me and my other like childhood best friend, we're a Taurus and we're a Cancer. So like watching the season, we were like, okay, that's us. Like look at us slaying. And so it sucks to see them up on the block because I think they were playing great games and I think they're both strong players. And I hope that um Brayden is such a social player and Austin is also social, but like more physical. And so I'm interested to see how like the rest of the week plays out. Um but yeah, it sucks to see them up on the block.
It does. I mean, it's kind of weird because I'm not fully supporting anybody in the house.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like the only people I can see, I don't mind going, like Rohan. I'm not been a big fan of how he speaks to people in the house. And I
Ooh.
that he just like he has a tone, and it's a tone
Okay.
I don't resonate with. It's kind of condescending, and he always
Very
wants to
fair.
like no emotion. I'm like, well, but these are emotional people in the house you're playing with, so maybe appeal to that a little bit. So I don't find his
Yes.
game style appealing to
Mm-hmm.
participate in or watch right now. But maybe if I was playing
Yeah.
it with them, we would be able to get along. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see either of them go. But then I also don't want to see Jed, Ty, and Beth up on the block. I don't want to see maybe Tara could go, but I don't really want to see Tina up on the block. So
Tara could go. I mean, but for my draft, don't go. But like whatever, at the draft. But like my ideal person to go this week would have been Beth, 100%.
Really,
Just because I love the others more.
fair. That's fine. I get that.
That's all
So,
it is.
the real question is, Vivi wants to know if Vic wins, will she be one of the best ever?
Oh.
If she can get to the end,
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
because she's a hot mess. Like
Spicy B.
spicy B spicy. I don't have any faith in that being a possibility. So if she can get to the end, if she's final two, because I think that she has created the hardest road for her to get there.
Yeah.
Like when she could have been she could have been, even after her messy HOH, could have still been in a good position. Like she just doesn't want to be in a good position in the game. So I can't see her getting to the end, but if she does, she will 100% have my vote, and I will eat my words. She will be considered the best of all time because she managed to get there against all odds, and the odds are herself.
I love that she said that. Oh my god.
At the end of the stream, Khaled, please give us a couple of fun facts about Bahrain. It looks like a beautiful country. Okay, we'll do that in 2 seconds, BB. We're almost there. That's amazing.
Oh my god. Okay, Bahrain. Bahrain is so beautiful. It's an island. We have so many beaches, so much history, so many like landmarks. And it's becoming more of a tourist country, you know, like we're having so many attractions, so many people from, we have the Formula One, which just happened yesterday. It's the Grand Prix, like race cars and all of that. Like there's so much going on. It's such a beautiful island country, and I love my home, and I can't wait to go back home soon. I'm going back for a week for Ramadan, which is it's a religious month. I'm a Muslim, and basically in this month we just we fast, and it's a month of worship, and by worship I mean it's a month of love, it's a month of kindness, it's a month of tolerance, which is how we're supposed to be year round. You know, it's not just for that month. But I'm so excited to go back and just be with my family, and you know, and just be back on my island, and Yeah.
I'm coming when it's spring can fly again. I'm coming.
Look at the palm trees behind you. We have so many palm trees. I have palm trees in my house. Like dates everywhere.
Oh
You
my
know,
God, don't get me excited. I haven't seen
dates
anything
galore.
in my apartment in a year. And I
Hit
used
me
to be a
up.
flight attendant,
Hit me up.
so
Whoever
yeah.
is watching.
Oh, that's amazing though. I mean, I'm happy that you get to go back soon. And there hasn't been that many people that are Muslim on Big Brother Canada. I think maybe 2 people.
I think it was what's his
Adele, I
name?
think. Oh, and
Oh,
Hamza was Hamza. Is
ha-
Hamza?
Hamza. Yes, Hamza. And wait, who was the other? Oh my God.
Kelly season 3. Adele.
Yes, his mom has the same name as my mom, and so just watching him, and he talks about his mom so much. Her name is Tahani, which means congratulations. So yeah, like that was it was so nice. Like it's the little things that matter when you're watching these games. You know, like representation and feeling a connection. I mean, it's so important. And BBCan, I mean, hats off to them. You know, like they're putting in the work and the effort to make sure that they are making everyone's voices and like heard, and making everyone feel seen and represented, which is so
Yeah.
important. Yeah.
I mean, that's like really great because not everybody gets that opportunity to feel seen, and it's taken over 20 years for
Right.
many people to feel seen and feel heard, or feel like they have an opportunity, or feel like it's a dream that they can actually have. So it's really, I'm really happy that we are fans of a show that is moving in the right direction with representation in reality television shows and reality games. And so I'm so happy that you get to have your representation too, because everybody wants to be able to have somebody that looks like them on TV or doing something that they've always wanted to do. So yay, Canada. The last thing I want to say about the episode, and I want to know, if you're a Cancer, if you would have reacted in the same way. So after the nomination was revealed, and usually it's a time where everybody wants to give hugs to the poor nominees, and your girl Austin was just like, I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be hugged. Don't hug me. Would you have reacted the same way, or do you think that was not the right way to play the game?
No, I feel like, yes, I would have been hurt, but like I would have hugged them and hugged them tight and made them realize, and just like, you don't want me out of here. Like, you need me in this game. You know, like I'm here for you. Like, how am I on the block? Not so much like victim, but like just play up on their emotions, make them, feel bad, and make them want to keep me there. So a couple of tears, hugs, and emotions. So I think Austin was just blindsided. She was hurt, and it showed. Like she was like, I'm done with all of you. Like, it's a pressure cooker, like emotions run high. So
I mean, I understand how she felt, but like it would just feel so good to be like, don't fucking touch me. Just like, it would be so nice to do that too, but I'd just probably be like,
because with like Victoria, I think even after she put her up, Austin did something shady, and she gave back Victoria's like hair bands, and she put them on Victoria's bed, and then Victoria was like venting to, I think, TNT, and she was like, Austin gave me back my hair bands, and now that just makes me want her out even more, and like and she hasn't said, like, she didn't reply to my good morning, and so it's the like little things in this house that really matter. And so I feel like it would be hard, but I would try to be as aware of the little things, like good morning, hugs, and all of that.
Talk to people when they are nominated. Don't get into fights in the pantry when someone was just on the block, and then have them be HOH the next week and put you up and get you out. Like, little things.
Don't do it.
Like, you could be mad at them after the game is over, but get to the end and win first, like.
Exactly.
I know we want the TV, but I guess good game players.
And a good winner, and a good, like, that's what we want even more.
I do. But I am happy with how this week is going. It could be a little bit messier, obviously, but and I do wish that she was able to keep it more of a secret. That would have been a little bit more fun. But I'm okay, because I was worried with her being the head of household that she she'd put up Jen and Ty, and like I really just didn't want to see that go down. Not yet. Just not
What
yet.
do you think she would do if she had to like replace someone? Like who do you think she would go for?
Might have been a Beth Sitch.
Beth.
I think Beth would have got up in the replacement just because she really wants to have that place with the boys. And so I think that Beth would be next up. And she would still probably be able to hide being like, I wasn't me, it was the secret HOH.
Yeah, that would, oh my God, that would raise so much questions though, because I think that just opens a whole other can of worms, and people would try to, you know, I think Austin and Brayden especially would be like, who would go for Beth, you know, like, and they would kind of question Victoria maybe, like, because they haven't been questioning her so far. And I think either one of them, like whoever leaves, I think they're gonna be really hurt to find out that it was Victoria who, if it's one of them that leaves, I think they're gonna be so hurt. So, I mean, yeah.
I mean,
such a crazy
as soon as the head of household, as soon as last week ended, she didn't really be nice to Victoria. The week before, she immediately started throwing her under the bus, like wanting her to be going up on the block. And so he lost Victoria's trust there. And so
Victoria's very like,
exactly,
it takes one thing and like, I'm done.
So
yeah,
I know your audience here. Know who you're playing with, and
know your audience.
Exactly, like Kiefer knows. It's like,
gas giant Kiefer. Hashtag gas giant Kiefer.
Love it. Well, Khalid, it's been so nice talking to you. Do you have anything else you want to include about your experience of Big Brother so far, or this episode?
I just want to say that, first of all, thank you for asking me to be here. It was a pleasure. I love talking to you, and it's an honor talking about something I love so much with my whole heart. Like, sometimes I just drive my friends nuts talking about BB. Like, they watch with me, but like, we can't go in, you know? Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, I'm gonna propose to him to be on with me every Monday.
Oh my God, I would love to. Like, let's make it happen. I'm there.
Yay! Well, yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on. Like, this has been super fun. I love when people are into astrology as well with me, because I always bring it up, but people don't really resonate as well.
Me too.
Awesome. Do you have anything that you're working on, that maybe any games that you're going to be playing that you want people to watch, or anything that's in your future that you want people to follow you at?
I'm actually playing a game in 2 days. It's BB Culture Clash on Twitter. So if you want to watch, it's, I think, at BB Culture Clash. Wait, let me
know for sure, and I'll put it in the description box.
It's at BB Culture Clash.
Perfect.
And it's a Big Brother game, so I'm excited to play that. And then I'm playing another game. It's an endurance game with Jill. I don't know so much about that game. Like, oh my God, something just fell. I signed up, and I'm excited to see where that goes. But in terms of Big Brother, BB Culture Clash should be crazy. So if you wanna see more of me and see me, go crazy and maybe channel my inner Victoria, then come watch it.
I'm going to watch. I'm probably going to watch. Like, okay, I'll put the link in the info box below. Thanks everybody. Nicole, Bean, Natalie, anybody that I haven't mentioned, for joining us here today on Reality Pop. Make sure already, please subscribe. Right down over there, there's gonna be a little subscribe button. We are trying to get to our first 1,000 subscribers, so we can't do it without you. We love talking about all things reality, and here on the block, we love talking about Big Brother. So make sure you join us on Wednesday, where Jonathan and I will be talking about the veto ceremony. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.